Hi, welcome to my humble homestead and Gardenside chat. Today, I want to talk all about honey, raw honey. So, I had some people ask me, how are your Gardenside chats coming? And to be honest with you, I've kind of gotten a little behind in them. I've not been feeling the greatest. The allergies and the asthma really crept up on me. I have tried to get a little bit of garden stuff done. I've had my kids come up and visit. We were going to the lake house and I was really struggling. I actually ended up having to call out a couple days. It was about a week ago. And I was messaging with my manager, and he said, have you tried any local honey? I've heard that's really helped with some allergies and asthma. And I thought, I was really thinking about doing that myself. I had kind of asked around here if there were any honey farms, any bee farms, apiaries around here, and I hadn't really gotten any answers. So after that, I really wasn't feeling well. I had to use my nebulizer again, and I was like, it's time. It's really time to get on it and find an apiary around in the area. So I was searching and I found one about 80 miles away. And so I reached out to her and I said, is this really considered local? You're about 80, 85 miles away. And she's like, oh, yeah, we service to Fargo, all around the areas. So basically, if it's about 100 to, within a couple 100 miles, it's, bees fly, they fly a good, few 100 miles. So if it's within, for me personally, I feel a good 100 miles. But I guess she said within a couple 100 miles, that's considered local honey. For my allergies and asthma, the bees, they take the pollen from the area and they process it into the honey. And then I am taking, this is the raw honey. I actually like this creamy raw honey. I got the cinnamon one. Oh my goodness, it's like dessert. So I took this cinnamon honey and I put it in my coffee in the morning or my tea, whatever I decide to have. I actually went without coffee for a really long time. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling like coffee, which is so unlike me. But I took it and I put it in. One day I decided I'm going to have coffee. So I took it, the raw honey with some almond milk, and I felt like I was having dessert. It was so amazing. But otherwise, if I don't feel like having anything, I'll put it just in some warm water or I'll just take a teaspoon of this. So the thing is I'm having a teaspoon of some sort of raw honey. I have the cinnamon cream, the regular cream, or just the regular raw honey. And I have a teaspoon a day. And I have noticed a significant difference. It took a good week, a week and a half for me to notice any difference, but I've noticed a significant difference. Now, I do feel some allergy symptoms when I'm out working in the yard, so I definitely feel it. But um, I tell you, my neighbor, one day I called her because they're on call for our ambulance in our little town, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and I'm always calling her like, what happens if I call the ambulance? And she's like, if we have to hook you up to oxygen, they're taking you to the hospital. And I am like, I'm so anti-hospital. So I'm always like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep nebbing, or I'm just going to keep, So I'm always trying to find the natural ways to help. I still, I'm not going to be ignorant, so I still know that I have to, treat the symptoms, but everything I can do to help to alleviate the allergies and asthma. And I'm telling you, I have really noticed a difference with the raw honey. So I wanted to go over, this has helped me, but I also want to go over some other benefits that raw honey has, because I was doing some research on it. It has a lot of great benefits that I don't know if y'all knew about. So anyway, so let's go over that. I'm like super happy. So this farm that I found is called Dash, and they're in another part of North Dakota. They do service like fairs around here. They have a store. They have like some stores in Grand Forks, Fargo. I think there's a store called Studio Six that has them. I personally just order mine and have it shipped to me. But if I'm in Fargo or something, I'll definitely pick it up there. Hi, it's fabulous. She found this, she does this cinnamon one. She said she's going to experiment and do some other flavors too, but the cinnamon is honestly my favorite, but the other ones are delicious too. So that's the one I found. I don't know where you're located, but just finding a local apiary and, finding a great bee farm is really, just a benefit if you don't harvest your own bees. Going around the benefits of honey. So a lot of the honey that we buy in the store, I don't know if you're aware of this, even the raw honey, it actually comes from China. So it might have things in it that we don't necessarily want to put in our bodies, or it's overprocessed. It's overprocessed and it's not quite as good. But the raw honey, the local honey actually has some great antibacteria and antifungal properties. It's also great. It's great for wound and skincare. When I was in the hospital, I had when I was really ill, I had a lot of wounds that wouldn't heal. Um I had a lot of IV care. I had ports. I don't know, I just had a lot of wounds that wouldn't heal. So I actually had to see a wound specialist. And one of the things, these are like super expensive. One of the things they used, it's called Meta Honey. And this is what they use in actually the wound care clinics. So interesting that this is what they actually use in the hospitals. So honey is great for wound and skincare as well. So yeah, I remember it was like they sent me home with several of these. Are like, they're so expensive, so take them home with you. So anyway, but before penicillin, honey was actually the antibiotic of choice. So that's one thing, that's good to know. So I just take a teaspoon a day just for my allergies. And I think it's helpful. It's also really good for acne and eczema. So you can either, you can use it for skincare, whether you take it internally, or you can mix it with some coconut oil, rub it on your skin. Yeah, it's good for that. It's also good for sleep. It's loaded with magnesium, selenium. It has B vitamins, zinc, iron. It has so many things that I don't even think we realize that honey has. But, oops, I bumped my microphone. So for as far as sleep, like a lot of times if people are having a hard time falling asleep, a great thing is you just take some honey and some warm, like non-homogenized or raw milk. If you take that, warm that up, or or I personally do almond milk, but I know there's a lot of farmers out there. So if you warm that up, that's a great sleep aid. That really helps. It's also super, super good for great deep conditioning and hair care. Take a half a cup of honey and a fourth a cup of almond oil, and you do like a deep condition on your hair, or men who have beards, you do a deep condition on your beard. It's such a great treatment. Leave it on for about 15 minutes and then rinse it off. It's amazing. It's amazing hair treatment. So yeah, it's also a wonderful cough syrup. I know my granddaughter was here and she was coughing so much and we were giving her a little bit. She wasn't too sure about it, but we were trying. She was like licking the spoon a little bit, but it is a great cough syrup. You can mix it with some lemon and some hot water, and that's an amazing cough syrup. So yeah, it also is really good for cholesterol levels. It brings your cholesterol levels down. Um, it's a good great sweetener too. So I use it. I've been using it a lot as sweetener instead of sugar. So I'll put it in my tea, put it in, different things. You can make a mead instead of a wine. You can use this water and sugar makes a mead. So if you don't want to make wine and you want to make meads, you can use that for your elixirs as well. So that's also another thing. And then the allergies and asthma, because that's what I've been doing. So yeah, I think that that's just a super helpful way, and like I said, I started using it, and I think about a week and a half, I started noticing a difference with my allergies and asthma. So, everything that we can do naturally that really, helps us out, trying to decrease those medications, things like that, I am all up for. Working on those digestive systems, healing the body from the inside out, and raw honey is one of the best ways I have found for me that is helpful. So, yeah, so this is Dash if you're in the North Dakota area. She's super sweet, um, great honey farm. Otherwise, just check out and find one of your local honey farmers and see how that works for you. Okay? Thanks for watching. If there's anything else that you want to check out, let me know. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye.